We're very excited this morning to announce that we're launching cryptocurrency as part of our broader SoFi Invest offering. So now we're the only place that you can apply for a brokerage account, SoFi Invest, on your phone and have the ability to buy stocks by paying no commissions, ETFs that are traded on both exchanges. We've launched our own 4 SoFi ETFs, 2 of which have no fees, robo-investing, and now cryptocurrency via Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum.
Okay, so just so we're clear, 3 coins.
Correct.
Are there plans to make this a much broader marketplace in the scheme of a Coinbase, if you will?
We will continue the rapid rate of innovation that we've had, and we'll add other cryptocurrencies over time as we've added new ETFs.
Right. How do you decide which ones to take?
Yeah, it's a great question. We listen to our members. We're a member-focused company. We are digital on the mobile phone, and so we really have to have direct connectivity to our members to understand what they want because they're not walking into a building to tell us. Right. And cryptocurrency was the #1 incremental product they wanted on the platform in addition to the other products that we have.
Now that you've studied this, how much liquidity really is out there for some of these currencies like Bitcoin? Because you do hear these horror stories where you bought some coins, you want to sell them, the price says, but then you're off by, by multiples half the time.
These assets are very volatile, and investors need to understand that these are assets that could cause them to have significant volatility in their portfolio, and they should make it a small percentage of their portfolio if they decide it's the right investment for them. We do not give advice on what stocks to buy or what assets to buy. We want to provide a broad-based portfolio, great education, access to free certified financial planners through their mobile phone, and let them decide what they want based on their personal objectives.
So if you don't want volatility, stick with the stock market, like Netflix or GE or something like.
Volatility is something you're going to have to.
By the way, Bitcoin sometimes does that. It does what Netflix does in a day. That's the complicated part.
It can move 10, 12%. So do stocks, though.
Yeah. But in terms of basically being able to hit the bid on some of these currencies, I guess the question I'm asking is sometimes you'll see, Bitcoin is now under $10,000. What are we at?
8,400.
8,400. Can you really transact at 8,400?
Absolutely. There's plenty of liquidity. The reason why
8,200 now.
The reason why these Bitcoin pieces are volatile is because they're new. They're not well understood. There's actually not a ton of places you can buy them. So there's a moment in time where there could be significantly more demand than supply, or vice versa. Right. And that's why we want to encourage our members to have a diversified portfolio to avoid those periods of volatility and invest consistently over time to dollar cost average across their portfolio.
I interviewed Jay Clayton, the chairman of the SEC, last week, and we talked a little bit about crypto. I get the sense from him that he is not necessarily jumping into the pool so quickly when it comes to maybe crypto ETFs or other kinds of instruments. Do you have a sense that this is coming to a theater near you anytime soon?
What I'd say is it is a very controversial property for people to consider investing in. I think there's broad debates. That's been the same case on many other types of investments over time. There was a period in time when internet stocks were incredibly scrutinized, right, and there was a great debate about them. And our advice to investors is make sure you understand what you're buying, that fits into your goals, and it's diversified.
No, my question is more existential, and I'm just wondering, because people still talk about it.
Yeah.
Are you convinced that, for example, crypto or Bitcoin's been around, 10, 11 years now, at some price, whatever that may be, it was at 4,000, it was at 20, at some price, is it here to stay? Can you say unequivocally it's not a greater fool tulip mania phenomenon? You wouldn't launch this business if you thought that it could go the way of be non-existent 10 years from now.
We're not recommending any particular stock or any particular cryptocurrency. Our approach to this philosophically is to give the investor the opportunity to have access to what they want to buy.
You're totally agnostic on the whether it's even an industry 10 years from now, or you're pretty sure it will be 10 years from now?
We're agnostic on it. We want to provide what's available. There are securities, stocks that are registered that we'll provide on the platform.
Can I ask?
That will have similar types of risks to them. So it's the same.
Does the Noto family invest in Bitcoin?
We do own Bitcoin.
You do?
Yes.
Were you early, or is this a more recent phenomena?
I started buying Bitcoin in 2016 and 17, and to be clear to the audience, I'm not in any way recommending that or implying to recommend it. We are going to make these products available for investors, educate them incredibly well about them. As a matter of fact, when you buy Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum on SoFi, we actually say just before you hit the buy button, this is a volatile asset. Right. This is an asset that hasn't been.
You're good at that, doing the disclosures as you do it. This is from your former days as an analyst.
You can get in a lot earlier today than you could have in the last 3 or 4 months in terms of where the price is, because it's back. Yeah. But then again, it's not. It's not back to $10.
Characteristics that are very unique, and over time, there's optionality on its value. I don't know how to best describe that unfolding. I've seen these patterns before.
Can I tell you one thing that's kind of interesting? You know, I really am hesitant to ever talk about this.
It's really interesting.
The stock to flow chart that I've shown many times, which shows the halving in 2020. If you plot it out, today's stock to flow value is 82.50 on Bitcoin. So it got up to 12, 13. It was at 20, but if it has not deviated from this long term.
And Joe, your point's dead on. There's a minimum. There's a constraint on how much supply there will be of Bitcoin at 21 million coins, and there will be at some point no more issuance of Bitcoins, and that creates a dynamic that will increase demand versus supply relationships different than they
sounds like you think it's going to be here, because that's like 100 years away.
But as a former Twitter man who competed with Facebook, are you positive on Libra or not?
I am an optimist on the opportunity that blockchain can bring to the financial services industry. It's one of the things we're focused on investing in.
He may have been born at night. It was not last night, I think. That's very tactful.
Anthony Noto, thank you.
Thank you.
Great
guys.
to see you.